don't you just hate it when you go into a stream and it sounds like an Indian call center?
Click on that arrow. भाई Skype से कर लो Skype से.
Don't look at Skype में. You just have to.
मेरा फोन से भी आएगा भाई.
इसका रिमोट पीसी होगा. आपका रिमोट पीसी है ना. That's it, okay. तेरा में ऑप्शन नहीं दे रहा ना.
But wait, what if it was your stream that sounded like that? Well, I'm going to show you how to fix it with a few simple plugins and programs so you sound less like Microsoft tech support and more like a professional streamer that you are. So basically, the summary of this is we're going to be rerouting the audio from another program called Reaper, which is a digital audio workstation, into OBS through a plugin called Restream, since OBS's plugin support is fucking awful. So first of all, you're going to download and install Reaper. I've added the link in the description. Give you a nice old hand-rubbing free version. But if you're not into that, you can just download it from the Reaper website. It is free for 60 days, and the license is pretty cheap. So if you're not into all of that, then go and download it. So once you've got Reaper installed, you're going to be prompted to select your audio devices. So if you select your regular audio devices, yeah, so if you go to that, mine's my audio box USB, and so once you do that, alright, so once you've got it installed, we're going to open up a new track. So you can either right click, insert new track, or you can go Control T. I've already got one pre-made, as they do in the shows. So I'm going to open up my Audio FX. Yours might look different to this, but it should be pretty straightforward regardless. Basically, we're going to add in a plugin called Restream. So in Restream, you're going to create the add new plugin, search for Restream. If I can spell it right, that'd be nice. Restream, there we go. So add in that. It should come up with a nice little window like this. So in there, you're going to go click down to send audio to, and then you're going to send it to 127.0.0.1. Alright, so once you've done that, you're going to come back into your OBS. Let me quickly just drag that. Infinity OBS. You're going to add a new audio inputs. So add new audio capture, add source. I've got my Reaper voice, but you can call it whatever you want. So once you've added that, it should be down there. Yours won't have audio coming through, but basically what we're going to do is go to filters, add a filter type, VST 2.x plugin, call it something like Restream or whatever. So once you've done that, it should open up a window like this. And then you're going to go receive audio MIDI, and at the moment it shouldn't have anything coming through. To fix that, what you need to do is you need to go back over to Reaper, and they should have monitor. So we've got record arm on, monitoring on, and it should sound like this. And you should have double of your voice like I currently do. Basically to get rid of that, all you need to do is click the mute button, or on mine it's called cut. And there we go, back to one audio voice. Right, so now we've got that coming through, we're going to start adding the plugins. First of all, we're going to go add in a EQ. So if you go add plugins, I'm currently using a MEQ from Melda Audio. I'll add a link for that in the description as well. So if you search equalizer, add that in, and it should give you a nice little window like this. Yours won't look like that. Yours will look, well, let me go reset that back to default. There we go. Yeah, yours will look like that. You may want to disable this the mute so you can actually hear what the EQ does to your voice. It's quite helpful. It can be annoying at first, but for the purpose of this, it should be helpful. So once you got that, basically what we're going to do is we're going to be adding in a low pass filter and a high pass filter. So if you click that, add in a high pass. Basically what that'll do is that will cut off all the frequencies under a certain decibel level, so it'll get rid of all the unwanted, boomy frequencies. So I'm gonna quickly adjust the EQ, give myself a little knee around 80 hertz. That'll give your voice a nice sort of like bassy feel, but like not overly bassy. It's like the sort of nice radio voice. It will be different for everyone, so you might want to mess around with it, find out what works best for you. Alright, so next off we're going to be adding in a low pass, which will basically cut off all of the horrible high frequencies that you don't want. So if we add it in around, I'd say 18k, just make sure it's got 20k right off. Next of all, I'm going to lower the sibilance on my voice. So basically what sibilance is that it's the s noise, as you can see that. Can you see that on the graph there? Alright, so basically we're going to lower that a tiny little bit, adjust the Q. It should be around 15k. I'll add a chart on screen which will help you with EQing your audio. I'll help you with EQing your voice. It should tell you where the specific frequency ranges are, what to add, what to cut, and stuff like that. So basically, if your voice sounds a little too boxy, you're going to want to cut around 1.5k to 4k. But don't cut it too much because that can make your voice sound less clear. So you might want to even increase it tiny little bit. But if your voice sounds like boxy and whatever, then you want to dip around the 400-500 hertz range. Again, I'll be adding a little chart on screen which will help you out. I'll only dip that tiny little bit. Also on this note, yeah, if you cut the 1 to 2k range a little bit too much, you won't be able to hear yourself properly. But then if you increase it lots, you'll sound like you're on a 1940s radio, which you don't want that. So let's just lower that again. Next of all, we're going to be adding in a compressor. So I'm using a compressor called Blockfish. There'll be a link of it down in the description as well. But you can basically use pretty much any compressor you want, whatever suits your needs. So mine is called Blockfish. So add that in, and then it should come up with a nice little chart like that. I've got to switch mine over to optical compressor, which I prefer optical compressors over VCA. So basically what you're going to do is you're only going to increase it a slight little bit. So what a compressor does is it makes the higher volume levels lower and the lower volume levels higher, so they're more equal and even. But you're not going to want to increase the compressor. You're not going to want to increase the compressor too much, otherwise you'll start to get inside of your mouth ASMR, and you will be able to hear every single little noise going on inside your mouth. So, unless you want inside of your mouth ASMR, keep it relatively low. Next up is the one everyone's been waiting for. It's gonna be the noise gates. So noise gates, they're pretty straightforward. You don't want anything too complicated. I'm just using the default Reaper noise gate called Regates. So if you add that in, nice little noise gate. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to make some it's gonna be like this, so you're gonna be able to hear every single little background noise so far. So all your keyboard typing and everything. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to make some background noise. So and then you're going to want to adjust it so it is just cutting out the background noise, but you can still hear your voice. And then that is pretty much it. You can also use this to add in any other plugins that you want. So say you want a flanger. Have we got a flanger? Yeah, we got a flanger. So it makes his voice sound really, really, really flangy and phasery, I guess. You can also add in things like pitch correction, or as the kids like to call it, auto-tune to your voice. I use one called Garrelian. If I can find it. Oh, sorry there. There we are, 6 Garrelian Goi. And it should make your voice sound all nice and auto-tuned. Nice and auto-tuned. Nice and auto-tuned. So as you can see, it's slowly correcting it. It's full. You can make it nice and fast to give it like a robot auto-tune, or you can like correct it to a certain key to make your voice sound really, really, really melodic, I guess. But you can even pitch shift it, make your voice sound really, really high. Check. 1, 2. So that's pretty much it. If this helps you, share with your friends, like, subscribe, do what everyone else does, donate to my private Patreon, for my private Snapchat, everything the kids do these days. Thank you for watching, and au revoir.